And man,
Perfecto.
feel like we a little crooked, huh? Other than es como I understand, yeah.
Welcome y'all on the Amistad. You dig what I'm saying?
Greetings.
Church. Preach.
Greetings with the smoke section.
We're on our smoke session right now, man.
Sir,
We
y'all
chopping
time to
game.
get y'all blunts ready, man. Get your hemp ready, your good weed, your good kush, your
Oh,
good
you Smith
dro,
Oak.
whatever you can smoke, gelato, gelato, whatever, man.
Whatever you got, man. Roll it up. Whatever smoke you
Indian
got.
tobacco.
Roll that shit up,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
We smoking and chopping game.
Cigarette, whatever it is.
We prefer this to be a smoke session.
Just something smoking.
Hey man, we've been looking at that Jesse Smollett shit over there in Chicago. People mad because he got off. And what you think about that shit, Fame?
I think
Like on some real,
I think somebody put their job on the line.
yeah.
Somebody that would somebody at the state's attorney office.
They do it for themselves all the time. They put themselves
Yeah, that's cool, but
you know what I'm saying?
if it come back to Hunter, she was African American state's attorney over there.
Yeah.
Come back to Hunter, you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is a prominent lady, African American lady of power. And if it costs her job, they get a federal investigation and find out something didn't go right.
Right.
Because they say everything about the case stump. You know, she called emergency hearing. And they say that usually don't happen. And then it was tossed out. And it was sealed.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's sealed.
Yeah.
And they say usually they get the agencies that investigated a chance to contest the sealing of it.
Right.
And give them a chance to to come to court and represent. It was an emergency, so they just called him right in court out the blue.
Mm-hmm.
He was set to go to court later.
Right.
So they say all of it was just, fishy, stinky.
Right. But you know what? For real?
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
I feel that if an African American lady put her job on the line like that has so much power for something so petty, to let a guy off where she could have just offered him something small, opposed to letting them off and putting her job on the line.
They let
I
people off.
I feel like that was dumb for her.
But they let their people off.
Well, if they do it because they do it, sometimes we can't do everything they do, and don't expect different consequences. You know what I'm saying? We gotta expect that sometimes when you get in those positions.
George Soros gave $400,000 to the prosecutor after the case was dropped too cold to clean.
Okay, see, you know what I mean. So if she put her job on the line like that, I think she's the dumbest African American female prosecutor we ever had in the history of Chicago. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that was smart to put her job on the line for some dude lying about this, that, and the other. Offer him something small. If you feel so like that, just offer him community service. God damn.
He forfeited the $10,000 bond or something.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that what he did? He forfeited.
I don't know, but I know right now Chicago want $130,000 back from him for the investigation.
Yeah. I think they had actually
So he said
he forfeited the $10,000.
Okay.
The thing I think he should have did, me personally, after I would have got off, if the city would have showed me love like that and I wasn't from it, I would have at least said, man, thank you, Chicago. I apologize for having to put y'all through this, regardless whatever people. I still would apologize for having the city to have to go through anything. You feel what I'm saying? Even the fact that if I was attacked or if I wasn't, this has been a great ordeal on y'all city, period. You know what I mean? The mayor say he finna bill him $130,000.
Right. But see, the problem is with him apologizing, if he really was attacked, why would you apologize? You see what I'm saying?
But sometimes,
you can't apologize from being a victim.
Right.
So he put
just the whole ordeal even going by.
Because see what he did, he doubled down on that he was a victim.
It's almost like it's almost like if you go inside somebody's house and then somebody attack you in the house. You know what I'm saying? And then the people of the house, you just say, hey, look, man, I apologize to you at home, man. It wasn't my fault, man. I just hate that this even went on, period. And I was here. You know what I mean? It's just one of those type of apologies.
Right.
To the whole city, that it even went on, that this had to, you know what I mean? But he just don't, it's almost like.
Right, he doubled down on the fact that he didn't lie. And that's what he's making it seem like, hey, this is just more proof.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad to see him get off.
Truth.
I'm glad to see justice prevail. You dig? Justice prevailed, man.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say I'm glad to see him get off if it cost that lady her job. You know what I'm saying?
She shouldn't have went out
I would hate for it to cost her job. And if she did, and if she did something foul like that and just let him off just cause, man, like I said, when she could have easily gave his ass
a little bit of OG left.
She could have easily gave him community service.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was stupid. Hey, but it was something else, man. The other day, Youngin said, he put on Facebook, he said, Tupac ain't really a legend. Just offbeat, Shorty say Tupac ain't really a legend. Only reason why people talk about him because he dead.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac ain't a legend.
I just offbeat a little bit.
I wonder what he was smoking.
Yeah.
I wonder. Hey, what was he smoking? We need to find out what he's smoking. We need to get our hands on the shit he's smoking.
He said he wasn't a legend.
He's smoking that shit.
So I just noticed how far these shorties is so disconnected with us and our music and the music that was played and rap.
Yeah.
They so disconnected from rap, real rap. You know what I mean?
What you know what too is time has detached us from our foundation. It's just like, we be having this talk all the time. How, we are so detached from what the people was on, the black men was on in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. And then by the time the 70s, the black man was detached from the stuff that was, from the 40s and 50s. And the 90s, they detached. And now it's the 2000s, they're far detached.
Man, they detached from us. They detached.
They don't even know what the essence of hip hop is. They don't even know about Curtis Blow. They don't know about the Grandmaster Flash. They don't know about none of the real pioneers of the hip hop.
They don't even know what real music is.
No,
and it's like, and they double down and they double down on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I listen to like now, like you had a debate about Eminem's the best rapper ever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I'm with Gucci Man on that. He ain't even in the conversation.
You said who was?
I said I'm with Gucci Man on that.
You said what
Gucci Man said he's not even in the conversation.
Of the best rapper.
Yeah. So don't even do that.
No.
So we don't even want to put him in the conversation.
Mm-mm.
And I'm totally with him on that.
I mean, and if you really want to just be for real, some of your top MCs, I don't even think they talk about them. They don't talk about KRS-One. They don't talk about man, they ain't right on the top of my tongue, man. Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah, them boys.
Them was your real MCs, man. They don't even talk about them. It's like when you talk about the greatest MCs, we're not talking about the ones that had the most popularity. Of course, Tupac and Biggie had some of the greatest popularity ever in the hip hop music industry, probably could ever, as far as celebrity and being put on that level as far as rappers. But when you start talking about real deal lyricists, rapping motherfuckers in your top greatest of all times, man, y'all, if we ain't talking about motherfucking Eric B and Rakim, if you don't mention them, you ain't mentioning no real MCs and no real rappers. To me.
Yeah.
That is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else could argue the difference and say, "Oh, it's Pac, it's Pac." But man, I'm telling you, man, I love Pac.
Pac made us. Pac had you felt him in your soul.
He was inspirational.
He was speaking to us to the soul. He was speaking to your soul. You know what I mean? Because we were going through a lot of the stuff that he was talking about. You know what I mean?
His upbringing,
the pain. You know what I mean?
His upbringing, that Black Panther.
Yeah.
That ghetto, that That's what caused him to go into that bracket of the greatest MCs of all times. But really,
Right.
lyrically, if you had to judge actual lyrics, he's not.
Right.
Biggie was raw. Biggie was lyrical, but you couldn't feel him like Pac.
No.
No,
Well,
I couldn't
feel.
feel.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I couldn't feel him like
feel the same way.
Hey, when you put
But
that
when you
Pac
start
on,
talking about lyrical and can really put you in and have you seeing what he's talking about, that can really explain it to you in no better way than anybody. And break this shit down lyrically and everything. Biggie was just a genius at that.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was just like, I don't think we really have anybody, to me personally, that can compare to him on that level.
Man, come on, me neither, man.
I'm
Hey,
just
shout
being
out
for
to
real.
Teenage and Tony Rain, Sugar Hill Gang, the Pioneers, Church. Man, we talking about real. That's when the real hip hop. That real. You had to really be lyrical, man, to be in. Man, you had to really be saying something. That's what kept L so cold in the game for so long. He really he could really rap. You know what I'm saying? I would say, and I would, like when they say Jay-Z. Jay-Z was the real, it's up there.
Yeah, Jay-Z a beast.
Yeah, he a monster.
Yeah, beast.
He up there.
Yeah, beast.
He there.
He gonna take you there.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna take you all over the world. Well,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what though? Rap was inspirational coming up through the 90s in the community. Whether people agree with me or not, Bad Boys played a big role in the whole balling and jigging them coming up with the whole image of just taking that balling life to another level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we had a lot of niggas got dope boys in the hood that was doing shit too, but those dudes was taking it to another level. When we was looking up on the charts and you looking up, you ain't never heard of no black dude from the hood being worth 100 million until you start looking at these guys. Now they got 200 million, 300 million. You know what I mean? Y'all can't tell me, man, that shit wasn't inspirational in the hood. Especially when Jigga said 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. And that motherfucker say, at the end, that motherfucker said, add that number up with the one I said before. That motherfucker was talking about he had about 80 million. This was back in like 97, 98.
Right.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Nigga was talking numbers that a lot of basketball players wasn't even talking. You know what I'm saying? But the niggas was people was inspirational. You know what I mean? Now these dudes just talk about what they got, but not talking about it in an inspirational type way.
No, they not.
You know what I mean? Jigga and them, they talked about it and to inspire us. You know what I mean? And the way they put it. You know what I'm saying? So the direction of it. It can change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was motivation back then when you listen to the rap.
It was.
Man, it made you want to go get it.
Now when you listen to music, it don't give you that same feel like it did back
then. If you ain't got it make you feel bad.
Oh, man.
And if you got it make you feel good.
I remember back in the day, nigga, you could nigga could listen to music. And that's what caused a nigga to get his grind on.
Hell yeah.
You had niggas literally listen to music getting rich off albums. Nigga use this artist to motivate him to get in that bag. Now, what artist out there literally motivating you to actually want that bag? What artist really dropping it like that? You know what I'm saying?
The motivation.
Like, yeah, man, whoa.
Come on, man.
Even the ones that's rapping about dope, nigga, like, who want to hear about niggas running bags a crack all day? Niggas want to run that bag up, but niggas ain't trying to run that bag up the way everybody running that bag up there. Niggas trying to run that bag up a different way. You got to be able to kick that shit.
Do you think these youngins now? We look back, those cats that came from our era, and the era a little bit before us or whatever. Them cats, a lot of them cats is moguls in the game right now, and they brands. You know, like Jay-Z, Puffy. You know, Russell Simmons, and just, E40. You know what I mean? A lot of these cats, Jay Prince, you talking about Master P. You know what I mean? These cats from back then still worth big figures right now. Still building a brand right to this day.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to have some of them type of cats that's gonna be around, like that's coming from this rap era, that's gonna be there 20, 30 years from now, like these cats is, being billionaires, find themselves on that, on it, where they own shit like Title and shit. Title.
No. Why? Social media stopped all that. Whenever you lose control, the valuability of one becomes lesser. So look, that's like the internet now is anybody can get 1 million views on YouTube now, 2 million views, 3 million views. Back then, to do numbers like that, you had to be a major artist.
Right.
But the internet has gave everybody a control to be a celebrity. Everybody's a star, and it's true. Everybody has a fan base. Everybody's a star. All you got to do is create some good music, because once you put it out there on the internet, you have the option to the whole world to follow you and to liking this song, and you becoming a star. You got artists, this artist on YouTube, on Instagram right now with 2-3 million followers I've never even heard of before.
Right.
They getting 12, 15, 20,000 likes.
So you're saying it's getting saturated.
It's so saturated.
Right.
So it ain't gonna be no mega stars no more.
Right. Right.
There is no mega stars.
Right. Right. That's what you're saying.
There's no mega. That mega star feel. It's gone. It's forever gone.
That's why guys like Jigga was so smart, and when he got the streaming company, because he really understood where it was going. It wasn't so much you was gonna make money off these artists no more. The big boys was gonna make way more money with the streaming, Apple Music and all that than any of these labels, artists, or any of them was gonna see off the music now. So I guess that's why he was smart enough to go that angle, because he understand he gonna have 1 million artists paying him. You know what I mean? Streaming their music, getting their music streamed, getting their music on his service. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so we'll never see no more. There'll be no. There's no more 50 Cents
and be hard
Snoop Dogs and I mean that's over with. I mean Soulja Boy, he broke it. He probably be the only one that can have that name, Soulja Boy, and people give him that superstar. No matter how broke he get, no matter how many fake watches he wear, whatever, he always gonna be Soulja Boy, a superstar. But that's it. He broke the internet and created that pattern and created that platform. Right. How many other artists came out back in 2005 and 6? Think about it, and got 6, 7 million followers still. Still got big followers on all social media platforms right now in 2019. I know, I go on them. You see them. Go on them. They're 328K, 250K. Some of them got 30 and 40,000 followers. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't too many of them from that early part of the game still got a gang of followers like that and still holding it down like that. Ain't too many of them.
And what's making it so bad, though, is really mainly in our genre of music of the rap. It's mainly in the rap industry. It's because when you go to those other, jump over to those other music, other genres, it's not like that. It's lasting longer. The ones like, you know, the R&B and you know, the countries or something, the music that's more white folks and all different races listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's mainly.
Yeah, but shit, we ain't seen nothing big since Justin Bieber out of them.
Yeah, but they keep a certain amount of followers no matter what.
Oh, you talking about they
keep a little bit more loyal. Once they get it there, it kind of sticks a little harder. But like you say though, the rap game is so saturated because everybody want to be rappers. Everybody rapping. Everybody rapping now. You know what I'm saying? So I see where that's going. Everybody can't sing. Everybody ain't got a voice.
No.
See, but everybody will get on there and get to start saying anything on the motherfucking beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, for real. For real. Seriously. But the game, I don't think it would see no more. Hey, look, it even went all the way down and even into the. You go into back and you think how the game started out with pimps up, hoes down.
Right.
How big those pimps became in them documentaries. And then now after the internet, it's like you look up, nigga, it's 100,000 niggas on the internet calling themselves pimp.
Right.
So it's just like you ain't gonna come from that. If you ain't come from the era before the internet, it's hard to sustain that name and that clout if you wasn't around before the internet. Cause everybody gonna look at you like you just you pop up when the internet popped up. Regardless of how much you been out there before, niggas gonna always look at you like, oh nigga, you come up with the internet, nigga. You
a lot of them big boys and carved they place in already, basically.
Sir Breed, top
so
of the world.
Niggas like them and already carved their place in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but on the note about that Chicago shit, man, I'm gonna get on there about that motherfucking shooting the young boys up there, shooting up there. Killed the off-duty police, shot another motherfucker in the car, shot up like 3 motherfuckers, 2 motherfuckers in the car up there.
In Chicago?
Yeah. They said the young dude, one time had applied to be a police and was at the police academy and got locked up for a burglary and whooping on his chick. This nigga at the academy to be a police officer, they come up there and lock him up for whooping on this chick. Now, a year or 2 later, he get caught up. He didn't kill the police in Chicago. They done had it in the news and whatever. But you know, they talking about how Chicago crime rate is, you know, is going it's starting to get back where it was the year before last. You know what I mean? What you think about that? What's going on up there, man?
Man, I think they really, for real, a lot of the murders. I seen what you was talking about on that. No, they killed the beat. Yeah. Okay, we back. Yeah, man, I really think a lot of the stuff that we see going on in Chicago, as far as, I think you got real news mixed in with a lot of bullshit.
Right.
When I go back to Chicago, I know all my niggas ain't running around there knocking niggas each other's heads off like they reporting on the news. Me personally, I think it's the police. I think the Chicago police got a lot to do with it. Like just for y'all to know, I done had like 3 homies that got killed by the police in Chicago. And this was before the internet popped off. This was way before the internet popped off. Okay. My last homie that got popped off by the police, killed by the police, he was actually fucking the police woman. And he actually came home and took off and was running through the alley and the police gunned him down.
Yeah.
Killed him. You know, right there in the back of the alley.
Yeah.
So, Chicago police killing niggas. That ain't nothing. This ain't nothing new. This some shit that's just, it's been going on. You feel what I'm saying? But the mass killing that's been going on of them is something new. The numbers that they was going at. You know what I mean? I think that's what was something new. And I think a lot of these dudes in Chicago is fed up too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, Chicago, it's a culture up there, man. If you look at the history of it, Chicago been having murders, some of the highest murder rates since the 20s. In the 50s and the 60s. If you look at it in the 60s, the murder rate was exactly on par where it's at now.
Even in the 90s, it was higher.
In the 60s.
Yeah, the 90s.
It goes all the way back to the 60s. All the way to the 60s. If you check the murder rate, if y'all on Google to check it, the murder rate is on the same par it was from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
I know it had lowered. I know it had lowered too, didn't it?
In the early 2000s, that's the lowest it's ever got. Like 2000s, early 2000s, that's the lowest we had ever had in the history from going back.
I know when I was, I know my days roaming around Chicago, it was way more murdering than what it's doing now.
Well, yeah. Back then,
back in the 90s when I was in Chicago, man, you seen yellow tape everywhere. All day, any time of the day, that's all you seen was the yellow tape out.
See, what I'm saying? But it was less babies getting hit.
Yeah.
They were still getting hit.
Yeah.
But it was less.
It was crazy, man. The 90s was crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
All through the 90s. Now, what they calling Chirac now, to me, not Chirac. I don't see it as being rough as it was in the 90s. You know what I mean? We talking 900 murders a year. You know what I'm saying? Down there peaking at 1,000. You know what I mean? To me, I thought the city was getting better. You dig what I'm saying? Church, Sinqua, church. I'm in the rack, church. Amen. You know, I don't see it as it's about the murder statistic for Chicago past 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna give.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you.
Yeah, pull it up. The murder statistic in Chicago for the past 20 years.
I'm gonna get you.
I was just looking at it. Them 90s wasn't no joke, man. I heard they killed Fred Hampton. Mac Measy, he said, I heard they tried to kill Fred Hampton Jr. Mac Measy, I don't know nothing about that. I have to check into that. Matter of fact, I got somebody over here that's part of that movement, Mac Measy, that you asking about. Hold on. Maybe he can take a question. See that we live right here on Instagram too. So we're gonna take your question. We can get you a good answer right now. Hold on, Mac Measy. Let me get you an answer right now. There we go. All right. We got one of the brothers from out of Chicago finna tune in right now. So if you want that answer, we'll be able to get it. Yo, church, hey, what's going on with it, fam?
Hey, shit, hey, I was sitting back, I was taking care, so I would get on the internet, nigga, I see the brother in here. Hey, boy, it's cold at you, man, that you, how you was dressed just something, I said, the spirit of me, and how motherfuckers be led, cause look.
Yeah.
Even what's relevant, how you was talking about even in the 90s, was say, well, shit ain't as wild as it was in the 90s, cause I come up in the 90s, but you know what it is? What make it as wild and make it what the right is now is just in Iraq today. The lack of structure, the lack of it. Motherfuckers hated Saddam Hussein for whatever reason, but he kept some order in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, structure in that motherfucker. That's just like that. In Iraq, ain't no motherfucking structure, so motherfuckers going crazy. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm talking about? It's all kind of spring up. Militia groups that, you know what I'm saying, little tribes popping up by the way, it's the same shit in Iraq, because they killed the leadership, you know what I'm talking about, and they locked up the leadership. Well, motherfuckers definitely trying to, you know what I'm talking about. Shit,
well, you know what they say.
Not even because of structure violence like in the 90s where motherfuckers had to get authorized hits and motherfuckers, man, motherfuckers getting their noodles knocked out because motherfuckers wasn't going about no laws and no structure. Hey, but what's going on now, though? Hey, they don't report. What I'm noticing is the pigs ain't reporting nationwide when that shit become reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of motherfuckers up in the rack now, motherfuckers, man. Hey, motherfuckers calling the question, all motherfuckers who, man, what they called it back in the day, false flag and goddamn it, motherfuckers, listen here. Who, man, listen, all kind of shit. Motherfuckers who be able to skip 2-3 generations and goddamn it, they, man, in the streets doing the same shit and they ain't getting a parking ticket. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers calling all that question and motherfuckers getting up. Just, hey, somebody was talking about, say, man, well, what the motherfuckers doing? I said, well, shit, motherfucker, if you ain't in the rack, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be hit, boy. In the town, like motherfuckers still operating under there, man. Hey, what Pac had, he say, motherfuckers say, still operating under thug law, where, man, it's structure where we stay, it's certain areas, like where dude goof fast, where he was talking about where he was at, where at night he get turned up and all this kind of shit. No, certain shit is safe. We got safe areas in this motherfucker, like 57th and Wood. Going out there and try to sell a motherfucking loose square, watch the people tell your motherfucking ass, hey, Jack, ain't shit happening over here. This man, this here, this is safe and bad. Don't stand over there with your motherfucking head cocked and look like you, man, listen here. And that one, because it was always like that, because, you know, it's just in this motherfucker, man, structure, accountability, motherfuckers, hey, some motherfuckers coming up out them houses, and some motherfuckers is still, you know, shit groomed to this shit, but as far as, hey, as motherfuckers say, well, you know, in the 60s, especially in the 60s, it's crazy, because in the 60s and 70s, you say, well, when the Panthers was on.
Hey, let me show y'all something too, like what we was talking about. Okay, this the graph showing Chicago's murder rate. That's the graph. All the high blue, anything that's over 650, you got a 650 bar on it, and 650 murders a year. All the high blues is in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. All that low right there you see right there on the end right there, that's all 2000s. These last few years is barely catching up to the 90s. But that's all 2000s right there. That's like the 50s and the 60s right
That's
there.
the lowest rate.
50s, it's 50s and the 60s was on par how it is now. But all that high blue up there, if y'all can see, that's 70s, 80s, and 90s. That's what that is. It stops. That low blue right there is 2000. That's where it drops at. Murder rate dramatically drops. You know what I'm saying?
No, real
For anybody else, you know, y'all see that. That's the murder rate bar statistic of Chicago. All the high blues is 650 and better. You see the mark, the benchmark right there, 650. 650 at the benchmark. And then all the hot blues, all that's 70s, 80s, and 90s. All that right there, 70s, 80s, and 90s murder rate. That blue right there is 2000s. So the last one right there, that last year, that's when it finally got back like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's what somebody was. Hey, that's what somebody was just asking.
Hey, motherfucker, the chairman was behind the wall, and I come up under a different leadership. You know, the motherfuckers know that history of chairman, Fred, and some shit. Hey, motherfucker was under a different leadership then, you know. Motherfucker behind the wall still, cause hey, when I was a shorty, motherfuckers. Goof ass niggas say check the city, I'm from all ghetto guys, from the 90s, motherfuckers know anything, there's certain motherfuckers that you know in the know, knew you, I ain't, man, listen here, I'm out of here, Conrad, I was just touching in, man, I love to see motherfucker out here popping MP, man, dressing out like on that Chicago motherfucker wood, man.
Yeah, come on, thing, you already know it. Hey, hey, one of the, hey. Hey, wait! One of the guys on YouTube said, I heard they tried to kill Fred Hampton Jr. When this happened?
Man, on my life, I'm talking about shit. A couple times the pigs tried to bad one to tell me one time. Let's go. Oh yeah, go get my coat off the top of it. Hey, one time, me and the chairman, man, one time the chairman doing the speaking event in New Orleans, right? On my life. The pigs, we get past, now the chairman did, motherfuckers know Fred Hampton Jr., the pigs gave him 10 years for a motherfucker, they said he burned down the stone 63rd and Houston during the LA rebellion. You know what I'm talking about? When motherfucker was when they beat Rodney King and shit, even though during the trial they ain't no fire ambulance came, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The chairman, they just booked him for who his daddy was, and you know how this motherfucking city boy, talking about recognize the potential, you know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker, see yourself for you. Hey, these motherfuckers, the same motherfuckers who came and got the chairman on that day. Hey, them was the same motherfuckers who killed his daddy on my life. They get what they call the Red Squad Legion up here on my life. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Motherfucking, hey, on my life, we ride, we get halfway, we get right past like that daddy, what we call it Clint daddy. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't racist motherfuckers and that. Hey, we get right past Clint daddy on my life. We riding that, come to find out, motherfucker got to tune in with the chairman. He got a radio station on Freedom All Radio, though. He be on Facebook with. He slow with the motherfucker in there. I have to get in tune and tell him to get on the page, man, on my life. But all the time, man, a couple times, one time the chairman was coming through Inglewood. Man, the motherfucking jumped down. And one time in the news, there was a nigga up here who got killed. His name was Fred Hammond. Or it was like Fred Hammond or some shit, but they spelled it Fred Hampton on my life. So they been kind of trying to set the motherfucker scene for the chairman, man. A couple motherfuckers, goof ass niggas who, man, and you know how nowadays, Joe, they ain't gonna send no, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna send no goof, they ain't gonna send no white motherfucker to come get you. They gonna send one of these unpoliticized goof ass niggas. You know what I'm
that's right.
Motherfuckers some tools and fuels, you know what I'm talking about?
That's right.
Cause man, man, there's some blocks, man. I don't even think I'll be sanctioned to say, cause man, motherfuckers come up here and see it where motherfuckers, man, for years it always been an air where motherfuckers, man, no go. I'll put this on something. With no go, where motherfucker wasn't doing none of that. Where you can't get out anywhere and just start putting up no motherfucking area and putting no motherfucking block up and shit. And I'm finna post up. Hell no, boy, that shit has to be know, when I'm finna step in here, Conrad, it been a minute. I've been fucked up. My motherfucking tooth is fucked up, Conrad. So I've been tearing them out, man. I'm just not moving around, man.
Yeah.
On my life, shit. Hell yeah. If I see you out there, good brother.
Man.
Hey, I'm finna come that way, though, shit.
Let me know when you touch down.
Following my heart, that means wherever I'm at, shit, when I start moving, I'm running to you, God.
Hey, that's for sure. You already know it, man. You know it's one love.
All right, church.
All right, church.
All right, one.
Flint Town. Well, there you heard it, man. You wanted to answer, player. Plenty of time to get it. That's cold, man.
And the man.
Ain't too.
Well, yeah, back to what I was saying, man. You know, in the 90s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, that was Chicago was at an all-time high. Not to mention Chicago, New York, L.A., all through the United States of America. The FBI statistics show the murder rate is down dramatically in America.
Yeah.
And that goes a lot with all the technology and all the niggas snitching and all the shit. You know, all that shit play a role. They just bundle all that shit in, and you know, it seemed wild because you got social media that adds on to it. Back in the day, niggas then shit wasn't. What said a revolution would not be televised. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what you just said on somebody just said that on Instagram.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't televise. There was a lot of shit going on. There was a lot of crazy shit going on that night. That Nick can't even speak about right to this day. You know what I'm saying? That was not televised. We did not break our cameras when it went down. You know what I mean? It just went down. That's just it. That was it. But yeah, for all them youngers out here, man, check it. But hey, man, it's a new age too, man. They slamming folks, man. Not to glorify that shit, because I'm glad it is down.
Everything, man.
And I hope they bring it even down, even lower.
Too. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. For real.
I hope them youngins put them guns away. You know what I'm saying? Go to school. You know what I'm saying? And turn Chicago to a money city, what it belongs. You know.
No, and that's for real.
For real.
You said some real shit, man.
For real.
And I promote that to anybody, man.
Turn into it. Because there's plenty of money up there, man. You know, black folks up there do the right thing, they gonna get it up there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it ain't up there.
Yep. Church. OG Soldier on here, man. Man, we also live on Instagram. Hey, if you're on YouTube, go to Instagram, the Famous 82.
Yes, sir.
Man, mine is G God the Governor. Y'all follow us on social media. If you is on Instagram, go to YouTube, G God. We live on there. That's where we kicking it off at, man. That's where we really chopping the game up. You know, blowing the good smoke, man. For real. And where we at, man? Where we at, man? Okay. We'll give us some shout outs, man. LA, really calm down. Yeah, calm down in certain ways. That's true. That's really true, man. Hey, man.
But the murder rate way down in LA and New York. Yeah. They said Chicago beat out LA and New York in murder. Far as murder. I'm talking about together.
Yeah.
Far as murders. So LA ain't even close to where it used to be.
That's good.
LA ain't even nowhere. LA and New York, they found more of a way to cap their murders more than Chicago have.
Yeah.
Chicago haven't even found the real, clue behind this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's because
they got way more cap.
You might got more niggas getting money in them sectors too.
You know what I mean?
You see niggas that might not be getting as much money.
How it is, New York got what? 3-4 times, over 3 times more people than we do in Chicago, but almost 4 times more people, and don't get the same murder we get. You know what I mean? I think they had like 400, 500 murders or something. We had like 700 one year.
Mm-hmm. I know Chicago down, man, and that's a good thing. All we gotta do is figure out who's sniping the rest of them out. Chicago, that way y'all gotta stick together and try to figure that out. Somewhere, something slick going on, man.
Statistically, motherfuckers don't even know 94 was the worst year.
Yeah,
across the board. Chicago and we had a bad year like that. I think it was in the 60s or the 70s.
92 was bad.
We had a bad year in 94, and New York had one of the worst years. They had 2,500 people killed in one year. Stupid.
Yeah, that was back in the 80s. I think they had
94.
Yeah,
check it.
Was that John Gotti here?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I did
that was that
94.
John-
Yeah,
that was that John Gotti year. Yeah,
94 was.
yeah.
94 was a rough year.
Yeah, that's when the mobs, them all them that went at each other's throats, man. They were knocking each other down around that time. You know?
Yeah, 93, 94, one of them years.
Yeah, it was that Gotti year. Yeah, man. Hey, man, I salute y'all for coming in and watching G Code Daily, man. You dig? Yeah, but I'm gonna salute y'all from here on out, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Big
Appreciate y'all
Dan.
tuning in, fucking with us,
Church. Yeah, man, just so y'all can really get a good look at this shit, man.
man. This was one of them little smoke sessions.
It's a real smoke session, man. Church.